Hey, boo. Hey, welcome back to your girl's channel. Y'all, this young man wants to know if he's in the wrong for a decision that he is making, and it has to do with one of his younger siblings that he basically didn't want to take in after her parents became, I think, deceased or something. So he basically came to the internet asking, am I wrong? And we're going to be the judge of that. So let's get into it.
So everybody is thinking that it's a problem that I won't step up and stop my mom's child from going to foster care just because I'm the big brother. But I honestly have no relationship at all with that child. And my mom's family is trying to make me seem like I'm wrong and that I'm going to regret it. Basically trying to guilt trip me into stepping in and adopting the child. I'm 24 years old. And when I was 16, my biological father passed away. Unbeknownst to me, my mother was having an affair. She moved her affair partner in 1 week after my father passed away. My mom was pregnant at the time. Pregnant by who, you might ask? The affair partner. So the affair partner moved in. She had the baby. They got married. The whole nine, right? That happened.
They didn't even put his daddy in the ground yet. And she already done moved the man in, pregnant, and remarried? Child, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling homie on this one. What the hell? Come on now, mama. You're doing the most.
When I was 16 years old. When I was 18, I moved out, went no contact. I didn't talk to my mom, my stepdad, and I didn't talk to their kid. I was no contact. Now, I did keep in contact with my mom's family, but if they ever tried to talk about my mom or connecting a relationship back to her,
I wonder why. Is it because of the way she handled herself in y'all's whole situation after your father passed? Or was it something deeper that was just between you and your mom? Or did it have everything to do with your daddy? Boy, tell me something. Why you stop talking to these people? I mean, I would have kind of been mad at her grimy ass too, and F the new stepdad too, because y'all got me messed up. But I want details, boy. Give me details.
I went no contact with them. 2 years after I moved out of my mom's house, I went over to my auntie's house. She was inviting me over to come eat. When I got over there, my mother's child was there. And she was trying to say, this is my chance to make a relationship with her outside of my mother. And I said, I don't want a relationship with this child. Then she said, this is your sister. You're going to regret not talking to her. This is the perfect opportunity. You don't know what you're missing. And I said, no child should have someone in their life that feels like they shouldn't be here. I feel like that child is the result of an affair of my mom cheating on my dad. And I don't feel like that child should be here. So since I have this type of animosity about the situation.
He right. He got too much animosity. Or whatever he said is animosity. Yes, he is right. If I had animosity towards a situation, I wouldn't want that situation in my life. No. Like, it's not that he necessarily hates the child. He hates the way the child come about. So he doesn't want anything to do with the whole situation in general, which I'm kind of understanding of. It's not fair to the little girl. It's not. She didn't ask for none of this. And it probably would be nice if he did, step up and be a big brother to her. And maybe they will be able to do that in the future. But right now, he's still holding resentment in his heart. And he's not going to treat her as well as she should be treated, holding all that resentment still in his heart. So I get what he's saying.
Situation. I don't want to meet the child or have any type of relationship. I don't want to be a negative person in that child's life. My auntie kept pushing, so I went no contact with her. Now, last November, my mom and her husband passed away, leaving behind their child. My grandparents initially took the child in. The child left my grandparents' house and went to a couple of more relatives' house, but ultimately, nobody wants to keep the child. Nobody wants to keep her. So everybody's now looking at me. They've been asking me to take the child in. And I told them,
what happened to the parents? Oh, this Polo girl. This Polo girl.
I still feel the same way I felt all them years ago. I don't feel like this child should be here. I don't want to be in that child's life. I don't want to see the child. So no, I won't be taking the child in. Now, they're trying to say that I'm a bad guy because this is my mom's child. This is my half sibling. I need to step. I need to be there. They did their part. Blase, blase. Would I really want this child to go into foster care where anything can happen to the child? Won't I have regrets? Won't I feel bad? And I said, no. No, I won't. Of course, I don't want anything to happen to the child. But I won't feel guilty. I won't feel like it's falling on my hands. I don't want anything to do with that. So they kept trying to guilt me, right? So I said, okay, if you really don't want the child to go into foster care, how about you take the child back in? Everybody started being back quiet, and it was quiet for weeks. They even tried to get the caseworker at the foster care to try to talk to me to convince me. And I said, listen, when that child is adopted, don't give her my information. Don't give the parents my information. I don't want no type of contact. So the child's been in foster care, right? Some weeks have passed, and I ain't heard nothing from the family since I told them if they really feel some type of way, you take her back in. I'm out to eat with my friends. I spot my cousin. My cousin comes and badgers me the whole time. The whole time I'm there, telling me about my half sister and how I should take her in. Basically bashing me and trying to guilt trip me the whole time, just like the rest of my family. My cousin didn't stop until I left. I left because I was tired of hearing it. Now, the thing is, right, I don't want any relationship with the kid, but it's not like I'm not able. I have a two apartment place that I'm staying in. I have a spare bedroom. I don't make a lot of money, but if I did adopt the child, I could make it work. So I am able to do it. I really am. I'm able to do it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am able to do it. I just don't want to. So the reason why I'm here is because I'm looking for people that don't have nothing to do with this situation to tell me, am I wrong for how I feel? And am I doing the wrong thing? Because of course, I feel like my mother's family is going to try to, do whatever best interest they have for my mother who's now gone. But me, I feel like this child is a result of infidelity. When my father passed away, not even a week after my father passed away, this man was now staying with me who was cheating with my mother, and y'all have a child, and that child is just the sum of all of that. So I can't help but feel the way I feel. So am I wrong? Should I adopt her? What should I do? So everybody is thinking that it's a problem.
Ooh, child, this is a sticky. It's getting sticky in it. Sticky. Yeah, this is a sticky one, y'all. No, boo, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. But morally, oh, you wrong, boo. You wrong. You wrong with that. More. Okay. But hell no, he not wrong. How dare his mama do his daddy like that? He was probably close as hell to his daddy. Not even 1 week after he passed, you got another man in your life, and then they dropping a kid on you too? No, I stand with little homie. I do. I stand with homie. But that little girl ain't do nothing. She didn't ask for none of this. She just freaking here. This is so sad for that little girl. But no, you're not wrong. You are not responsible to do any of this. If that was your blood sister, same mama, same daddy, you still would not be obligated to do this. But I'm sure he would be more willing to. But no, you're not obligated to do anything you don't want to do once you become an adult. I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. Would I do it? I'm a mean little B word when I want to be. So let me think. If my mama did, say me and my daddy was that close. No, let me imagine. Okay, so I love my mama to death. And say my mama passed and my daddy brought this new wench in and this bitch having a kid. And my mama ain't been gone a whole week and my daddy moved this bitch. I'm blowing everybody's spot up. Fuck you, fuck your kid, fuck all this shit. Hold on, I just got mad just thinking about it. You ever do my mama like that? Anybody do my mama? Fuck that kid. Sorry. God, sorry. But fuck that kid. her ancestors gonna have to deal with all of this. All of that between the mama and the daddy and how they did that. That kid's gonna have to deal with its own karma and ancestors and all that junk that comes with it. I honestly probably wouldn't want nothing to do with it either if I was the older brother, because y'all got me and my daddy effed up. I mean, to the 10th effing power, y'all got me messed up. So I stand by that little girl did no wrong. I do hope somebody take her in. But no, he ain't got to be the one to take her in, because his heart is still hurting. His heart still got resentment in it. He's still mad. He ain't going to be able to raise no little girl with every time he look at her, he want to slap her just because of where she come from. No, that wouldn't be fair to the little girl. So no, that little girl does not belong with him, because I do not see him treating her well, especially with the way he talking about it so casually. He said hell to the no. He don't want nothing to do with that. And he don't have to have nothing to do with that. Especially with the way his mama handled that situation. His mama and that girl daddy should have had something placed or in order for her in case something happened to them. They didn't do that, so now she floating out here in the world because they didn't prepare her. I don't know. Who y'all stand by? Is he wrong?
I won't step up and stop my mom's child from going to foster care.
Hey, my name is Carlos Dillard. I'm a former foster youth as well as a transracial adoptee, and I'm a lived experience consultant. And sir, I'm telling you, you're not in the wrong. Now, we do know children do better in kinship type placements, but these homes need to be willing and ready to take these children in. Sir, you just said it. You're not willing or ready. That's okay. You're 24 years old. That is not your responsibility. And it's your prerogative to make sure that you want to do something like this, like taking a sibling. As a person who has taken in a family member who was not my responsibility and my family did not financially help out, it's hard. So you really have to be prepared to do it. So I'm really, really proud of you for holding your boundary. You know, some people in your comment sections are saying, well, it is your responsibility. That's your blood. Horrible things could happen to her in foster care. So one, it's not your responsibility. If you want to help, you can, but it's not your responsibility. Two, foster care does have its problems, but just like every other system, there are great people in the foster care system working as well. Hopefully she gets a good foster parent. Now, the only caveat I will say about this is how you say you don't want any connection. Even if she gets adopted, you don't want her to know who you are. I can understand your feelings on that, but that's your little sister and she kind of deserves to know her siblings. So at least you may not want to have a relationship with her, but at least let her know who you are and that you exist. As a youngest sibling myself of 4 children who got adopted, I was the only one that was adopted. You know, I missed out a lot of years with my siblings, and now we're adults and we're trying to rebuild that. So that's the only caveat I would say. Like, keep it open just in case, like, you may change your mind about maybe wanting to have some type of relationship with your sister. Yes, I 100% support you having your boundaries of not wanting to care for your sister because of your life, right? And also being self-aware enough to know that you're in a position of your life that you cannot take care of a child. That's not your responsibility. Kudos to you. The last thing I will say is that this little girl didn't ask to be here, and you are her brother, so you don't have to raise her, but I will suggest that you just let her know that you exist, all right? Always shine your light, and good luck with your situation.
Is he wrong? Keep it 100. Morally, okay, maybe a little wrong. I do feel for that child. I'm not gonna lie. I do feel for that child, and I hope that somebody takes her in, because none of this is her fault. She just want to be loved, and I can imagine what she's going through. She done lost both of her parents. Nobody wants her. Child, I'm feeling more and more sick to my stomach the more I think about this child. Nobody wants this baby. And she didn't do anything but just be born. It's sad and it's unfair. And this shit is happening every day. So, y'all, I don't know. Should we be doing what's moral? Or should we be living off principle? Because in principle, you got to be fucked up every which way. Morally, you know, I'll think about it. I'll consider it. But other than that, you ain't wrong, homeboy. But I do hope that y'all find a nice, stable home for this child and she doesn't go into foster care.